Hey viewers, I greet you all. I want to talk about or teach you or guide you on how to use digital elevation model to create your contour on ArcGIS. So I want us to launch our ArcGIS. Before we can achieve that, you must have ArcGIS installed in your system. So please, let's launch it. This is my ArcGIS, and for those that have been working on the visualization and they want to do contour within their boundary line which they have worked on, and they need a contour for it, so you have to get a digital elevation model from USGS. So let me bring in my digital elevation model data at where I save it. So you have to browse your folder, and this is mine here. So you just hold and drag it in, so this is it here, but you have to zoom to layer before you can display properly. So right click and zoom to layer. So this is it. This is digital elevation model of the whole of Nigeria. So the work we just did now is in heavy use area. This is it. I think you can see it very tiny. If you have to zoom in now, you will see it. You can see. So now what we need to do now, this is the entire Nigeria. So we have to clip out the DEM for this particular boundary you want to work on. So how can we achieve that now? So I have to guide you through on that, and we have to clip it. We will need to do raster clipping because we are going to use raster and vector data. So go to your ArcToolbox. So this is my ArcToolbox. Then click on data management tools and click on it. Go to raster, click on raster. When you're on raster, click on raster processing. So then you'll see clip. Double click on the clipping. When you double click on the clipping, the first one is asking you input raster. What is your raster? Is digital elevation model, that's your raster. So put it there. So now they're asking you to put in the output extent, as in the boundary you want to use, or you want it to. Yeah, this is my own now. This output extent I use is the one on so this is the extent, the one we got from, so the extent we work on from Google Earth image, the one we saved initially. For those that are working with us, if you can remember, so this is the one we saved. So is the one that we are going to use as our output extent now. So we are going to run it now, but scroll down, and this, when you scroll down, you will see maintain clipping extent. So click on it so that you can maintain the particular extent you are working on. Then click OK. But you have to define your folder. You can see mine has created a particular folder, and I use geodatabase, and that is why it's automatically saving there. You can see John 421, which I created for the purpose of this. So click OK. Then it's processing now. It's clipping now. It said error. What is the problem? Let's check and see. So since it did not work, we are going to create a new shapefile for the boundary so that we use it for our boundary extent. Okay, so let's just cancel this, and maybe uncheck the DEM first, then check this, then zoom to layer. So remember, we are maintaining this extent. Okay, so so we are creating shapefile now. Let's go to our folder. This is 421, and let my cursor be on 421. The new shapefile. So I'm going to save it as boundary. Okay, so it's polygon. So I've created a shapefile. So click on this and make it hollow. Okay, so the outline color can just make it red, and okay it. So start editing. Oh, sorry. Okay, the editing toolbar is on, so come on, click on this. So let's start editing. Then choose how did you save it, and I think I save it as boundary. Click on it, and so and this is it. You click on this, now it has come out, and click on it. It is a polygon, but let me use rectangle for it so that it can be more faster. So let your cursor be on the first one, and click on the other edge and drag it down. Okay, then double click. You're done. So now let's do the clipping again. Go to Octobus, then click on clipping, then bring in your DEM as raster, then the one you created as boundary, this is it, bring it as a extent. So maintain clipping extent, click OK. It's running. Let's wait for it to finish. I think it's done. You see? So now this is our, let me up this, so you can see this is the DEM of this particular area. So but the reason why you are seeing pixel is just because we have over zoomed in, and it is just a cut off of part of Nigeria, not just Nigeria, and a state, not just a state, and part of a local government. So the more you go, the more you will see pixels. So what we need to do now, this is the place we have to proceed to contouring. Okay, so we have to proceed to contour since we have gotten our DEM of this particular boundary we are working on. So go to your Octobus, then scroll down, maybe just close this one, you work on this raster and the rest. So now what we'll do now, we'll click on spatial analysis tool, click on it. When you click on it, then you click on this, check this surface, scroll down, you will see surface, click on surface, then you will see contour, double click on contour, then contour is out. Now they say input raster. When you're inputting the raster, you are going to input the DEM which you clip for that particular location. You can change it or save it a different name, but now just leave it that way to save it as default. That's why you are seeing Nigeria DEM clip 4. So drag it down there, or if you can't drag it, click on the drop down arrow, you will see it, then pick it. So now I have put it, then it will show me the output features where it will be saved to. Then they say contour interval, maybe we'll just use 2, or maybe let's try 1 first. So the base contour, those ones are not necessary for now at this level. So click OK. Let's see and wait for our contour. I think this is our contour. So it has generated our contour, and so if you want to see, just off this DEM, I think we're done with it. This is what you want to achieve from that. We have achieved whatever you achieve from a particular, and then just uncheck the previous one so that you can proceed. So this is our contouring. So now what we need to work on now after achieving our contour is how we can smooth this contour, because if you do not smooth this contour, now this is where they are going to access it. This is where Hajia is going to access it. You understand? So this is where your mark will go down. You can leave it this way, but if you smooth it, it will be more precise and more okay, because the presenting contour like that is too sharp. It's not good as a surveyor. You understand? So we are a map maker, so you should know how or what you need to consider for your map to be reasonable and well presented. Okay, so now we are going to continue how we can smoothen our contouring. So before we start that, don't forget, please remember I told you this channel we are trying to nurture it. Please try, like, comment, subscribe and share, but very important, like and subscribe, so that any other thing we do new, you have to be updated and you'll be following in as far you want to learn something like this or learn more from this or similar stuff. So okay, now what we need to do now, we need a tool that we can use to do our contour smoothing. So we don't have the tools here now, but come to this empty space bar and right click. So you'll see a lot of tools, you understand, though I have checked it, but I just want to give you a clip. So this is a lot of tools. Which one do we need to use now? So if yours is not available, okay, click on this advanced editing. This is it, advanced editing. So this is it here, and just in case if it's formatting, you just align it normal. This advanced editing toolbars. So this is it now. You can see it's not showing as if it's functioning just because we have not given the appropriate permission. So now let's start. Before it can function, you have to start editing. What are you editing? Then you have to indicate. Click on this contour, therefore, then click OK. You can see it has enabled you now, but this is the smoothing side, but it is not kind of visible because you haven't selected anything. So just try and click on it. You can see it has selected something now, and it's showing you smoothing is enabled. So so the smoothing is enabled now. We have to start following it one by one so that we will not get missed. Let me just start from this angle here. Look at it now. You can see how sharp it is. So click on the smooth. Let's see. Then the maximum allowable offset, maybe we'll just use 2 or 5, but let's use 2 and click OK. You can see the curve has changed to the sharp edge has changed to curve. So let's try this one again and see. You can see how sharp this place is. So click on smoothing, make it 2. Okay, you can see now it is now turned to curve. But you can highlight as many as you can, or maybe you can highlight maybe like 4 or 5 depending if your contour is much, so that you can just highlight everything and do it. But highlighting everything and do it will not give you accurate results. It is not advisable, and I always comment on that too. So I don't want you guys to go and do what it will affect you. So it's better you do it one after the other to get accurate results. Okay, so the second one now. So this is the final of the smoothing of the contour. So I believe you guys are going to do the same thing. You want to be more accurate than this, because this one, the way I pick is kind of rough and urgent. So what you do now, go to editor, save edit, then stop edit. So if your work you might have done, or you have embellished the map and just remain the contour in your data view, you have done it, then go back to your layout view so that you can see this is my own layout view which I did in the previous video. So click on it and maybe can zoom in so that you can see your final work. This is it. So this is your final work. So imagine if you have beautiful vegetation and the rest, everything available here. Now you can see the beauty right from here and right now. So this is it. Remember, this I do it for a guide, so I couldn't start everything from beginning or fresh just for this. You know how tedious it will take more time to do it. So for those of you that have gone far, at least you've tried, and I see some of your work which is very good. So keep doing it and keep practicing. So for those of you, if you enjoy and benefit a lot from this, please don't forget, just like, subscribe. Thank you very much.